You guys all know dreams, right? Yep. Have you ever had that one reality? When you're eating a plant-based? Yes. Have you ever dreamed about eating a burger? Yes. But what is your favorite dream that you had? In this video, we're going to be talking about my top 3 favorite dreams. So, let's go. Okay, so top 5 favorite dreams. Alright, let's get started. So, starting at my number 3 favorite dream. This one was called Reality of Time. Okay, not Reality of Time, the Power of Time. So, let's get on to the dream. So, the dream started with me and my family just hanging out watching stuff on the TV. Until my dad asked me, would you rather have the ability to control time or not be able to sleep? And I chose the power of time. Then, a mysterious orb changed inside of me. I just ignored that feeling and decided to go to bed. Where Carson decided to go to bed too. But then at 12 a.m., I couldn't even sleep, so my body just began to stand up and do weird stuff. I was dancing and suddenly, boom! Time hit me and I woke up in the year 2026. I was wearing a top hat, a cap, and some baggy pants because in the time period, I was poor. When I walked around the house, it seemed kind of the same, but then the couch was missing. And then I went into my dad's room and saw that the couch was in the room. But in this time period, my mom got into a divorce and dad decided to do this. And in the time period, he also lost his job and now we're poor. He lost his bed, all of our clothes, and the laundry. In that time period, he was depressed. So was Carson. But then, that all changed when I said this. Dad, look, it's me from 2024. And he said, yeah, whatever, Max. Just go sit down. And I said, no, seriously, I have the ability to control time. I wasn't even here by then. He said, yes, you were. But in that time period, it was Thanksgiving. So, a bunch of random people decided to come into the house. But when the people showed up, we just all talked and stuff, but in my head, I was like, I have to get out of this time period. So then I said I had to go to the bathroom, so I did. What I actually did was run outside, and I had to get out of this time period, so I tried my best to use all my power to get to the next time period, that's 2024. Then it worked. And I went back in time to 2015. The day I started kindergarten, I went too far back in time, so I decided to explore for a little bit. But then I was just in my house, completely normal, until my mom came up and said, "Are you ready for school?" And I said, "No!" So I ran off. But I wasn't even that fast because I was small, and my mother was faster. Then I tried to jump onto the window. And then I just went to school. There you go. Then when she left, I decided to get out of there. I ran all the way to a different house, but then I had to try to go back in time. Go forward in time. Then when I went forward in time, I went back to 2026, but I had to get out of there before all this even happened. But the only way to stop this from happening is to travel before the divorce even happened. But I was small in 2015, so I didn't have time to do that. But then I've realized something. I have to go ask my dad when the divorce happened. So then I asked my dad when the divorce was going to happen. What happened? And he said, December 25th, 2024. And I realized that was Christmas Eve. I was like, yeah. Then I had to go do something. So I decided to go back in time to December 24th, 2024. If I do that. But then Scourge of Souls came into my eyes. I was back in my time period. And my dad decided to ask me, would you rather? And I said, no, don't even ask me. Then, I was gonna be, would you rather, but okay. We just sat and enjoyed TV. The end. And that was just my top 3rd favorite dream. There's still 2 more in this video. Alright. time for my number 2. Time for my second favorite dream. In this dream, I was in a completely dark area place. So I decided to just wander off into the darkness. As I continued walking, something felt off about this place. As I saw the thing behind me, it was a shadow version of me. So I decided to fight it, but then I died automatically. The end. Yeah, the dream ended like that. It was short, I know. Okay, on to the final dream. My favorite dream that I've had. I actually had it recently, too. Spoiler, I was not in this dream. Alright, the story was called Blue or Red. But the thing is, I wasn't in this dream. It was just 5 Lego Movie characters. Emmett, Wildstyle, Unikitty, Batman, and Benny. So Emmett, Wildstyle, Unikitty, and Benny were just chilling, doing some stuff. Then Batman came to them and said, "Hey, guys, yeah, come check this out, blah, blah, blah." He tried to warn them about going into a pit, but then Emmett didn't care and just went into that side of that pit anyway. But then here's where the scary stuff came out. In the pit, there was just a dark void full of nothingness, except for 2 portals that lead into another reality. But in that reality was either the blue portal had the Mario World, and the red portal had the Hazbin Hotel World. And it shook, and just Batman ran over to the red portal, and they started following him. But then, whoosh, they ended up in the reality. Everyone was stunned. They didn't know it actually worked. But then they're stuck in that reality forever. But each reality had a pit that leads them to a different reality. Then they see a mysterious demon known as Lucifer, the King of Hell. Once they run into Lucifer, they ask if they can use his help. And he's like, "Okay, I'm done making ducks anyway." So then Lucifer led them to a mysterious dark pit. In the pit, the same thing happened in their world. 2 portals appeared, but then there was no world to be found. There was just 2 portals, red portal and a blue portal. The blue portal led to the Mario World, and the red portal led to the Sonic World. And they chose blue. So then Unikitty just rushed in there, and the others started to follow her. Once they were in the Mario World, they were attacked by Koopas, Hammer Bros, and Guns N' Roses. I don't know. Then Mario decided to beat them all up with a power-up. But then Emmett explained on how they got here. But then Mario saw the same thing. So they led him into a pit. And they were greeted by the blue and red portals again. Boo! The blue portal had the DC world. But the red portal had the Transformers world. Then the others decided to pick red. But Batman ran in there this time, and they all followed him again. In the Transformers world, they got almost attacked by the gray dude from the movie. I don't know his name. Then Optimus Prime just attacked him and killed him. Pew pew, and all that stuff. Then Emmett explained on how they got here, and Optimus Prime said, "Oh, the pit was just right this way." Then he led them there. But then the 5 were proud or something like that. The blue portal was their home. They were almost safe. But the red portal had the FNAF world. But a sign said, "1 for heroes will go. If there's 2 people, one of them will end inside one of the portals," or something like that. So they all ran into the Lego world. But Benny tripped and went inside the red portal. Then once the 4 went back to the Lego world, they realized that Benny was gone. But then they realized that he was stuck in the FNAF world. For good. The end. And yeah, That's my favorite dream. Stay tuned for another wacky, silly Maxwell Adventures video. Bye-bye.